In this lecture, I am going to cover about arrays. Arrays cannot use strings as element indexes, but must use integers. Setting or accessing via non-integers using bracket notation will not set or retrieve an element from the array list itself, but will set or access a variable associated with that array's object property collection. Now you will learn about HTTP requests using XHR in JavaScript. The first form of communication we will look at is HTTP requests using XHR. And if we look at this acronym XHR, the H and the R stand for HTTP requests, but the X actually stands for XML, and that was the popular file format when this was created. A lot of data transfer was done using XML, but things have gradually moved over to JSON. They are both text file formats and they both work equally well, but XHR is built into browsers and it's been in browsers a long time. Let's see how this works. To work with XHR, we create a new instance of an XML HTTP request object and we set up an event handler. We want to handle the onReadyState change event, and if we look at the event handler, we see one of the key problems with using XHR directly. We need to have aware of the underlying protocol status result codes. We need to know ready state values and we need to know status values, and because to this XHR is rarely used directly, it's much easier to work with a library such as jQuery and deal with communication within promises. But if the ready state is 4 and if the status is 2000, that means we got a successful response with data and we will log out this response text. Now to actually make the call over HTTP, we call XHTTP open. We use the get method and pass the URL, and you can see here that I am using Mockapy.io. Let's just quickly go there. Mockapy.io is a web service that lets you work with HTTP calls with made up data. Now I am look hands on practical example. Here heading JavaScript arrays and see some cars name Volvo, BMW and Saab. Let's see another arrays example. Heading JavaScript arrays and new case hub, BMW and Volvo then get Element.